Real Talk. I'm your host, Donna Kelly, where we talk about the real estate market with zero fluff and total transparency. I want to welcome you today to my listing at 1141 Meadowdale Road. We're closing on Friday, so I just want to talk to everybody about how we got to the finish line and what that journey looked like. And of course, because we're going live, we have all these other outdoor noises we can't cancel out. So I appreciate your patience. So before we hand over the keys, what made this Altamont house sell? Yes, I have cheat sheets. 1141 Meadowdale Road, closed on Friday, and we're going to do this one last walkthrough and find out what made it sell and what got it to the finish line. We're also going to talk about what sellers can do themselves to refresh their homes right before we go for sale. One of them is fresh paint, painting your front door, curb appeal, which they did landscape, kitchen cabinet refresh, whether you're painting it or just switching out that hardware makes a big difference, as you'll see as we go through. Light fixtures, switching the covers, the cover plates on the switches. There's many great things here, but we're not going to listen to any of that anymore. Now I can just talk and be wild and free. Are you ready? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I got to just switch this. You don't want to look at me the whole time. So this is 1141 Meadowdale Road in Altamont. It's Gilderland Schools. You can see the sellers refreshed, I guess it's called reseal the driveway. They put in a new garage door. They put in new siding and new roofing. Now, you don't have to do that with every listing. We did it with this listing because it had old wood siding. It was their mother's home. It's the home they grew up in. They wanted to make this house appealing to buyers. They wanted to take this asset and make sure that they got their value, because it's very hard in the Northeast, in the capital region, to find a house because there's not many for sale. And a lot of them are like this. They're estate sales or relocation sales. So new vinyl siding, new garage door, new roof. They put in some landscaping. Love those flowers. Trim the bushes. They painted. See how fresh and bright that is? Every time a seller wants to sell their house, it's not a one-day turnover. I'm sure that some of the houses I've walked into where they wanted to sell right away, they'd already thought about it for a while. In this case, for this particular home, we started our journey together a while ago. And they did everything I asked, and more, by the way. So they painted the... This house has a lot of character. Fresh paint. It's a ranch, easy to get around, and that's appealing to a lot of buyers. That's the living quarters. This is the kitchen and living area. I know we went through one living area, but there's a whole nother one. Here's the kitchen. They put in new appliances. They painted, okay? They took this mudroom, which is also a laundry room, redid the floor with this unique cement floor. I think they did an amazing job. It has a great look, right? Matches the outdoor. It's a big yard. They took the alpine flooring and they freshened it up with some poly. Look, Heinz. Again, switch plates, painted all in here. And they went so far as to paint all the baseboards. A lot of times when I ask a seller to paint, they don't paint the baseboards. And this is actually part of the room, so it should look good. So that's something you should consider. They cleaned the windows. Look how pretty it is out there. Big yard. A lot of space in this house. Out here's the garage. Okay. Everything's nice and clean. They left the siding for the new owners. Let's go take a look at the living space. I really enjoyed working with these sellers. They were amazing. And they worked hard. And their house sold. You know, we did pre-listing inspections on this house because, you know, they didn't live here. So they just wanted to make sure everything was right for the new buyers and that, you know, there won't be any issues with the sale. here I am talking. So they redid this bathroom, right? They put in a new vanity, new mirrors. Everywhere is new doors. It was, you know, the 70 houses always had the brown hollow core doors. Lawan, I think they were. So they put all new doors here, paint everywhere. Doesn't it look great? See, again, they painted those baseboards. It makes a big difference. Replacement windows, okay, those two. Beautiful, replacement, replacement. I know you see my hand more than you see anything else. This is the 4th bedroom. Okay, they did everything right. They took their time. They were intentional. So when you go to sell your house, you want to be intentional, okay? Now, if there's anybody out there thinking about selling their house, I have to ask you to make a little list. A list of what you think you need to do to get your house ready for sale, or what's the one thing you're concerned about before you go to sell your house. You know, you can call me or text me. You don't have to make it a public announcement, and I'll help you. Again, it's a journey. It's not something that happens overnight. This is the biggest asset you'll ever have in your life. Well, maybe unless the stock market, or there's other assets, I suppose. Does anybody have any gold bars? I could use a few gold bars. Anyhow, thank you for doing this last walkthrough at 1141 Meadowdale Road. It was a beautiful journey. It's an awesome house. Arrivederci. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll see you next week.